It's a moonshine day.
I'm beatboxing.
Oh.
And I got your beat.
And I'm singing Cat Stevens.
You dropped the beat. I had you.
All right. Wickety, wickety, wickety. It's going off the rails once we got back into whiskey again. Okay, so Don mailed us a couple of things. Magnificent bastard he is.
Don, you magnificent bastard.
These are from North Carolina, and I have tried to research my ass off figuring out what the hell is going on here, and there's not a lot of information. Well, I should say, let me correct that. They have shared a lot of information, but neglected to answer some fundamental questions.
Okay.
Now, I'm having a guess, right? Neither of these are called whiskey.
Okay.
Because I looked at this and I couldn't find an age statement freaking anywhere. Obviously, it's aged,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
But legally, you would have to put an age statement on a whiskey.
Brown and woody.
Except that there's no word whiskey on this bottle anywhere, which means the recipe that they applied for and got, I'm guessing, is spirits distilled from a mash of grains, cane, and hops, barrel matured in European oak.
So basically, whiskey, but
we can't legally call it whiskey because they have hops in it.
okay.
Right? And also because anyway, the hops kind of ruined it.
Regarding the hops conversation in whiskey,
We're gonna find out.
You and I have had a few whiskeys that have been infused with hops
And didn't like them.
IPA type stuff. One of the things I don't know, I know I haven't had, I don't think you've had, is the Jameson Caskmates IPA.
I have tried it.
Okay, I have not tried that.
Meh.
We like the stout.
The Caskmates was amazing.
Caskmates IPA.
Oh, no. I tried the Caskmates Stout.
Okay.
I didn't try the Caskmates IPA.
So neither one of us tried the Caskmates IPA.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Maybe that'll be a good one. I've never had a hoppy IPA infused type of whiskey that I like before.
Me either. Now, this is called NIGHTLAB, and it's 47%.
Right.
Batch 8. In theory...
Is this just the white spirit from this?
In theory, this is this, but they put it in European oak. So European oak, remember, is going to be even more
porous,
peppery and spicy wood notes.
Okay.
So let's try the clear spirit first.
And this is an indeterminate amount of time.
Yep.
Okay.
They did not say the time at all anywhere on the bottle or the labels, and they don't on their website either.
Oh, for a second.
Now they don't legally have to.
For a second, I didn't think you poured anything because it looks like it's empty.
Whoa. Okay, that's definitely moonshine. But I'm not getting any hops in that.
Neither am I.
Which is good. That's a good sign because I don't actually mind moonshine. I just don't like hops. So, John Fragakis?
Before you say this, is it possible for hops to show up later in the process in making this? Not necessarily in the distillation.
No, because the hops are in this too.
It would have to be in the distillation. It can't show up in some type of weird infusion effect, like a blending later on.
Well, then it becomes a flavored thing.
Okay.
John Fragakis, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right, John. Sorry about that.
You know,
Broad Branch Distillery in Winston-Salem, otherwise known as Campbelltown. Because Winston-Salem, cigarettes, Camel cigarettes.
It almost sounds like you said...
I know what it sounds like. Now, he's always talking about, the interview I read with him, he said he's always talking about Frank Williams. He's in his 70s because Williams started making liquor when he was a kid. They all got together with some other friends and they started making whiskey on purpose. Mm-hmm. The distillery is on Trade Row on the northern edge of downtown Winston-Salem.
Right.
In a former tobacco warehouse.
You know, it's been so long since we had moonshine. It's a nice, simple little thing.
That's got some richness to it, though. That doesn't normally show up in moonshine.
Really?
This is not as sweet.
It's been a long time since I've had American moonshine.
I was just trying a handful of them right before dry week.
Okay.
Because we were putting something I had made into a small barrel.
So the moonshine, it is moonshine, but that richness, it's from like a peppery, spicy... alcohol.
Yeah, he's saying this is corn, barley, rye, sugar, and hops. I can't find the hops either, and I'm grateful for that. It could be that really meaty note that's overcoming the sweetness in this. This is the hops.
Fair enough. And
there is kind of a meaty note to that moonshine that doesn't normally show up in moonshine.
Christopher Breton What did the farmer say when he couldn't find his tractor? Where's my tractor?
It's a non-joke.
It's actually. It's kind of like a f*** you dad joke.
Yeah, totally.
It's setting you up for the dad joke. It's like, where's my tractor?
Where's my tractor, you idiot?
It's like, oh, yeah.
It reminds me of my favorite weirdest joke.
Okay.
Do you want to hear my favorite weirdest joke? It's a meta joke.
Against my better judgment.
It's a meta joke about an entire category of jokes.
Meta jokes usually take a long time.
No, this is it's a 60 seconds. You got it in you?
Proceed.
Guy's walking down the street. He sees a friend coming up the street he hasn't seen in years. Except, unfortunately, this guy has a huge orange head. Right? And so he's like, well, that's weird. I could either ignore him and not have to talk about the huge orange head, or I could talk to him. So he decides, screw it, let's talk to him. Hey, John, it's been forever since I've seen you, you know. And just have to ask, what's up with the huge orange head? And John says, well, man, I found this lamp at a garage sale and I was cleaning it and a genie popped out. And he gave me 3 wishes. And so for my first wish, I wished for a giant mansion. So you see that over on the hill, there's a massive castle. That's mine, right? My second wish, I wished for just a drop-dead gorgeous, amazing wife. You see that model walking up the street over there? That's my wife, right? Now, the thing is, here's where I think I might have gone wrong. For my third wish, I wished for a huge orange head. Come on, that's good stuff right there.
You're waiting for some twist.
You're trying to think of what rhymes with huge orange head.
Right.
And the answer is, he actually wished for a huge orange head. And the actual joke is, the punchline of the whole joke is, here's where I may have gone wrong.
So getting back to the whiskey. There's something very interesting about this whiskey.
They smell very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a little,
Yeah, he's catching up.
Yeah.
He's catching up.
I think I got cheese on the brain.
It's got some funky, it's a funky, sometimes we talk about it as like a raw, unprocessed leather note.
That could be the European oak.
And this may be the first time I prefer the white spirit.
Did you try to drink it?
On the nose.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty damn sure I know what's going to happen here.
Although there's a cherry note back there.
I just get the weird funk.
Go back and look for Twizzlers.
What?
It's fresh in my mind from our blending episode. There's a slight cherry note in the back of that.
Oh, there it is. That's not slight, man.
Well, I didn't drink it yet.
Yeah. On the nose.
All right. Here's to the taste. Oh, that's surprisingly mellow.
You know what I got to tell you though? I like the white spirit.
You like the moonshine?
I like the white spirit.
This is 50% alcohol. It doesn't have a massive burn to it. This is batch 1. We got batch 1. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I want to seal this thing to make sure we can just keep it forever. Thanks, Don.
Sure.
John, I think
Halfway through
the right decision.
Halfway through, that dark, sweet cherry really hits you, and then up until that point, it's kind of the funky.
And it is a dark cherry. It's not a candied cherry. It's
Right.
like an actual being cherry.
Right. Still sweet, but it's not maraschino, sugary sweet.
Dude,
Yep.
I really. You could fool me into thinking this was a rye,
Really?
but the cherry takes it back into bourbon.
Yeah.
But the new funk
Every time I go
makes
back,
it young.
Every time I go back to this, the first half is a different whiskey than the second half.
Yeah, this is a weird animal. I could see myself sitting in a bar drinking this for an hour, trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah. I get
And not getting anywhere closer.
funky red raw leather, and then it immediately halfway through transitions into
Cherry.
sweetened dark cherry. And
That is weird.
I think I like the moonshine better.
I'm gonna go try the moonshine again.
If I could only have the second half of this whiskey, I would like it better. The first half, yeah.
The leather's getting to you.
The raw leather, yeah, the funky raw leather. Yeah.
I need to come back to it. I really love, one of the coolest things about craft spirits is when they do such weird things, you end up with super weird, unexpected complexities.
Yeah.
What I like about this is he didn't try to call it bourbon.
I couldn't.
Right, because this is not bourbon.
Right.
This is not even close to bourbon. It is its own animal.
And no matter how...
That's super unique.
No matter how many times I sip this, I keep coming back to it. I'm not acclimating to that halfway point, that hard shift in the gear.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through, hard shift into that cherry, which I like the second half better.
Okay, do the spread it around. Don't swallow it. 10 seconds. Spread it around. The cherry never shows up if you spread it around.
Well, that was the only thing I liked.
Until the aftertaste.
That was the only thing I liked was the cherry.
No, it's a weird thing.
You ruined it for me.
Yeah, let's try some water and see if we can recover it for you.
Oh, sweet nectar.
All right. Did you say that about water?
It just brings some of the sugary sweetness out a little bit. The water toned down most of the notes, but the sugars got brought out there.
I'm interested to know what this would have tasted like without hops in it. He could have done a 4-grain, or no, well, he's got sugar in there.
Okay, so we are sufficiently eased back into whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Eased.
So tomorrow is going to be a problem?
Well, the next episode, you need to blow me away. You need to rock my world.
What do you mean by that?
I need a variety of whiskey that would summon the gods.
A variety?
I need a sommelier experience.
Here's the thing. I think
would make
what is tomorrow?
Perfect use of this bunghole.
All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You fight me, you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may a steel lover's heart.
And if you drink,
may you drink with us.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.